Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Today on the Film Exorcist, we're going to be interviewing Opal, my best friend next to Silva, who has been with this channel for a while, and who has created a lot of the amazing stuff that you see on my channel, and on two of my Twitter accounts, Film Exorcist and Amy Carlson. She is an amazing artist, and I'm glad to have her on tonight. Now, before we move on to my opinion, I'd like to just announce that this video is sponsored by Animal, so go buy yourself some amazing low-priced anime merch, including cute figurines to brighten up your collection, and every time you use the code FILM, you get 5% off your purchases. So go have fun. Now, why don't you tell them about yourself?
Oh, hi, thank you for having me, and thank you for saying all these nice things about me. How should I introduce myself? I guess, yeah, I've been on the channel. You maybe have seen some of my drawings, like my favorite, the Filmaro one, like the Pandoro version of the character of the channel. So I guess that's a clue of who I am. Is it right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's get on to the questions. So, how did you first get into drawing?
I've been drawing since I was very little. I remember, of course, because I've been to an art academy when I was 7 years old, and I've been there studying till I was like 15. By the time I studied, I made realism, and that's a really good base for drawing. But of course, when I left it, I started drawing more of a cartoonish style, like anime and manga. It was like, it really was like starting all over again, since I, of course, had a base of realism. But here I am 21 and I'm still drawing, so yeah, I guess drawing is part of my everyday, but of course I started when I was around 7 years old.
And this is why I brought her on the show. And why I brought her on our team.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome. Now, number 2. What would you say is the hardest thing about being an artist?
I wouldn't say it's hard that being an artist is the hard thing. I guess I could say when you're an artist and you get into groups where you get to meet other artists, you find that kind of challenging, since there are a lot of people, that artists especially, that are kind of arrogant, and you don't always do friends like that. So I know a lot of people that are artists that they aren't the reason that make it hard to be an artist. They do like make the journey harder, and if that makes sense, like you can learn from the people, and I don't think it's like challenging the fact about being an artist. I don't know what to say about that. Like, I'm really chill and I don't get into much drama, so sometimes I guess people think that art is something you do really easily, and so you can do it for free. I get that asked a lot. Like, can you draw me for free? Well, yeah, of course. Drawing is quite easy for me, but it is easy easy because I've been working on it my entire life.
Okay. Let's ask one of our fan favorite questions from every interview. What is your biggest fetish?
Well, I wouldn't say this is a fetish, since a fetish means like having a thing for a body part or a object. I would say a big kink of mine, is, and it reflects on my drawings on Twitter, especially because Twitter doesn't have censorship. I am really into fandom. Know that means when a female is dominant over a male. So I guess you could say that is a really like an everything. That's a big part of. That's really what inspires most of my drawings. Or at least the not safe for work ones. So I would say that I am really into fandom.
Ah. So I see why you agreed to draw that one thing for me and that friend on around Christmas.
You mean which one? Which drawing?
The one where it was Amy and that one person, the one that would always have her profile picture as Boa or whatever her name was, Boa Hancock.
Yeah, Boa Hancock. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, that wasn't for Christmas. That was for Halloween, maybe.
Right, right.
Well, yeah, I guess fandom, it really works on straight couples, like female and male. But I guess you could say, like, when it's a lesbian couple, it also can be fandom. Like, one of the parts ends up being more dominant than the other.
True.
Plus the size thing. The size thing. It really shows who's the dominant one.
So maybe I awakened something in you?
Well, maybe. I find the size community very interesting. You didn't ask that, but I find it like an extension, maybe, of the fandom community. Like, I think it's kind of cute how you get to like look up to someone that's bigger than you, and how I guess that's the feeling of being small, and you have a partner or something that is bigger than you, and you look up to him or her.
Okay.
Well, maybe not look up, but admire, or like really feel something for someone who's taller than you. 10 times taller.
Okay. Question 4.
The size community really worships women, doesn't it?
Not always. There are some giant men in it as well.
I didn't know that.
But yeah, I think it mostly started with women.
Yep, I guess that's it.
Okay, question 4. How'd you feel when I first asked you to draw Amy and the rest of her size experiences?
Well, I was really like eager to draw something that has a fetish in it. Like it's a victory for an artist. Like I first draw something that has a fetish in it for someone. Like I guess in the drawing, Amy was standing next to the other character in the story that you sent me. I also really enjoy drawing feet as well. So I try to make it as, the sizes in the drawing aren't still very accurate to the story, but if I had to make Amy any more small, you can't appreciate her whole body and the heel behind her.
Right.
So I guess I kind of made that up.
Well, don't worry. We've got a bunch more stories that we need covers for.
Of course, yeah.
And they get a whole lot weirder.
Of course. I don't really have problems with that. I read the story that you sent me, and I really enjoyed it because it's quite entertaining. Maybe if I am not really into the stuff, but it's internet. You can it's the internet. It's entertaining.
Right.
Well, entertaining.
Okay, what would you say is your favorite piece of art that you've done for the channel or for Twitter?
For the channel, for Twitter, I guess I really enjoyed drawing the Amy for Thanksgiving. Does that count?
That does count.
Yeah, because of the background. It was kind of complex, but I get to put a lot of details. And I also made Amy holding a piece of turkey leg, so it was funny. And I also like the change of, like, it was Amy wearing that, better, that outfit, traditional outfit.
A traditional pilgrim Thanksgiving outfit.
Yeah. I think that I like that one that looks complex and very full of things. I like that one, yeah.
Well, then we'll have to give you more complex work.
Of course. I like it.
Maybe you can finally draw Silva once I get a picture of him.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Sure, yeah.
Maybe we'll even turn him into a girl.
No! No! No!
Gender bend, I like that.
Yeah, Silva's probably planning my downfall right now after hearing that.
Downfall.
Yep, he likes that. Okay, do you enjoy helping us out?
Yes, I do. Since you told me that I am, like, you told me once that I was part of the team next to your editor. It made me happy because it has I am not just an artist you commissioned once, but I am like how do you call it, like a go-to artist.
Well, I mean, you weren't the first one. There was that one girl that did start a lot of shit for me. So
Yeah.
you were kind of a fresh, cool breeze from the aftermath of what happened with her. So, yeah, you've been really helping us out a lot, and if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have any of the intros, I wouldn't have any of the new pictures, and I wouldn't have that little side account that sadly got taken down.
It has been taken down.
One of them was,
One of them.
because I was posting political shit on it, so I had to move that over to the one with, what was it? my second one, the Amy Carlson, I'm trying to remember what it used to be. It was a little before or after the Hancock thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that might have gotten taken down, or we're still waiting to hear from Twitter, who still has not gotten back to us, so I'm waiting on you, Twitter. But yeah, I think a lot of people enjoyed the pictures, and we have gotten a lot more followers over them.
Yes. Well, back to what you just said. I am really happy to be, can I say, part of the team.
Right.
Like, I like helping you out.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. I also like being available.
You
For
probably
you
also
for
like the money.
Anything you want to be drawn. I like your ideas. Ideas. Oh, what happened to my accent?
That's good. But then again, I'm also paying you about the same rate as Silva.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, of course.
that might be also another factor for this. Knew it.
Yeah, that's also it.
Okay, question 7. Who's your favorite artist?
I have many, but I'd say way writing. You can find him on Instagram. I don't know about Facebook, but also on Twitter. It is a guy who has an OC, an original character called Max, and it's a really cute girl that has droopy eyes and brown hair, and he's a not safe for work artist most of the time, and he draws this OC in many situations, like also mythological stuff and unicorns and barbarians and all of that kind of stuff. And he's a traditional artist most of the time, and the work is really detailed. He also draws like creatures and stuff, and I really like him. Yeah. And I way writing.
You'll have to send me a link for that.
Yeah, of course. I'll do that later.
Okay. Now, have you ever been to any conventions?
Yeah, I've been to like kind of Weibo conventions in here, if that's what you mean, like anime conventions and stuff. But the ones I went to never were like really good. You find that kind of people that are really that walk around with a paper on the chest that says free hugs. And of course you get to buy stuff, but of course I don't really enjoy them. It's a good time, but yeah.
I mean, you should come down here to New Jersey. We've got HorrorCon, and we've got up in New York the what is it? It's Comic-Con. So then you, me, and Silva could hang out up there.
That must really be high quality conventions. Of course, we have Comic-Con in here with, but it is placed like the convention. They do it in the capital, and I never get to go to one because I'm really far away from the capital. And I've been there, and I just got I went to a vacation and just got from there. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna ask you the 9th question, but I think we should do this announcement ahead of time now that you've mentioned that you have trouble going to conventions. Now,
Yeah.
for this, guys, I'd also like to announce a little behind-the-scenes competition that I'd been holding between Size Play Productions and Size Supporter, two interviewees that we've had on this show before, and have become really good friends with. And I have to say that due to some unforeseen circumstances, I've ended up deeming them both the winner of our 2 SizeCon tickets, and if you'd like to join us at the virtual convention, I do have a few promotions, or promo codes, to give away. So comment down and subscribe, and I'll give them to the first 20 people, or first 19 people that do so, because I am planning to give one over to Opal so she can come join me as one of my convention helpers for SizeCon, if she's willing to.
Do I have to travel?
Nope, it's all virtual. You just have to be free the 26th to the 28th.
Yes, I think I can do that, and I wanna. So, yes.
Awesome.
What do you mean, original art?
Like new drawings coming from you personally that some people could look forward to.
Of course, I am always uploading. Like I said, I mainly use Instagram. That's where I post all of my drawings, and then of course, I take the daily drawing and post it on Twitter. But sometimes I of course draw something that's exclusively for Twitter, since it's not safe for work. So I am always drawing, and I'm always posting on Twitter. So I'm really active, I guess. I've been kinda busy in my holidays, but I am starting to draw again.
Awesome.
And of course, Twitter has the not safe for work fandom drawings, art in general.
Oh, you know that's very much true. And yeah, Twitter is such a good place for us. I mean, despite all the political crap, there is a lot of not safe for work stuff that you could check out. And it's like our little haven away from Discord.
Sure, of course, Twitter always gets political, but you get to enjoy a lot of. I got to discover a lot of not safe for work artists and artists in general that I didn't do in Instagram. It's like different. Instagram is more like for people and pictures, and Twitter has all the great artists.
Right. How familiar are you with Size Play films?
Sorry?
Like, size films, like, similar to the art that we've drawn, or that you've drawn. Like,
Yeah.
more recent movies, like, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Downsized, Arrietty.
I don't really know about that.
Ah. Okay. I'm trying to think of something else to ask you. Because, like I said, I ran out of questions, and I expected this interview to be a lot longer than I thought. Do you have any questions for me, Opal?
Well, I wanted to know how did you get into the size community? Where did you got it from? When, like the awakening moment.
One of the questions I have never been asked on this channel, which makes me very disappointed at all our interviewees.
Really?
Yeah, no one has ever asked me that. It's very hard to say because there was this one movie years ago that I saw. It was a Care Bears episode where there was, I think they call it it's some musical guy. I don't remember the exact title of it, but one of the villains was being chased in a giant kitchen by a train. So, to that one really weird song, Blow Your Horn. But really, I think it started, back when one of my elementary school teachers read that one book, The Big Cheese on 3rd Street. Really old children's book that dealt with a very small kid in a, best to describe them as a normal size to giant fat family. And it inspired me. But I didn't realize it until like age 13 when I started noticing stuff like that, noticed all the movies, noticed damn, I guess I really just started looking around and realized that this is the thing. And so I started looking for stories about it, started reading, started looking things up, and now I'm where I am now.
It seems like you're very open about your fetish. But,
I am.
I mean, that's what I see on Twitter. Are you really that open with friends and people?
Depends on the friend. If I'm at work, yeah, I don't really tell anyone. I was actually kind of embarrassed to talk about SizeCon at work. But, other than that, I'll talk to the other size people on Discord, on Twitter. I do have a best friend that kinda knows about it, that I invited once to it, but he was out of the state during the time. But, yeah, not many people know about it. I think my parents kind of know about it, but they treat it like a joke. But, I guess I wouldn't say I'm open. I'm just open around certain people that know about it.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time it's not really necessary to mention you have a fetish over something. But when you're speaking openly with someone, maybe it is like a interesting topic to come up with. I mean, it is also fetish kind of hard to bring to life, but you have artists for that. Am I right?
You are so right. And actually, what about you? How open are you about your foot fetish?
Well, I don't have a foot fetish. I mean, the fandom, I would say fandom is my main kink. I think people like notice quickly by talking to me. I mean, the way I manage my relationships with men, I mean, I always want to be in control, and actually, I am now dating someone. Oh, my boyfriend is a bit shorter than me, and he's like more smaller. He's smaller, and he is really into me being dominant over him. So I'm really happy about that, because most of men are kind of scared about that, about not being the dominant part in the relationship. But I just love working with him, and I love people to notice how he is shorter than me and how I treat him like he is my baby, technically. So yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know you had a boyfriend.
He has a... No, I don't really think it is like relevant to talk about on social media, for example. But yeah, in fact, he is the one that has a foot fetish, and I really love that on him. Like, I think we're a perfect couple. Me being into fandom, and he having a foot fetish.
And here we are.
A foot fetish is really common in men most of the time.
I mean, I've met a lot of women with the fetish.
Yeah, of course. Foot fetish is for everyone. I mean, I know what's the appeal of feet.
I don't get it.
I get it. You don't?
Nope, never got it.
I thought you were a bit into foot fetish too. I mean, I am not.
Very little, very little. No, I'm more into butt.
Yep. I mean, I am not the one into foot fetish, but I get what is it about and why people like feet.
And now I feel self-conscious because out of my two friends, I'm the only one that's fucking single right now.
Yeah.
You and Silva suck. And you can quote me on that.
Sure.
Okay, so we are 33 minutes in, so I think we should wrap this up. So, great having you on here, Opal.
Thank you. Thank you for having me once again.
No problem. And thank you for Silva for all the comments that you're probably making in the background right now while editing this video. I'll make sure to call you after watching this.
Fine.
And
with that.
Well, of course you're fine with it. I'm not yelling at you, I'm yelling at him.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You'll see more of her art on our Twitter. Amy Carlson. You'll see a lot more of them in the stories when I upload all the stories with the new book covers. And you'll see a whole lot more of her on this channel, hopefully, if I can find a way to add her into some of our videos.
Yes,
If
I'd like
she'd
that.
be willing to, even though she's very, very shy about her face.
Yeah.
So, this has been the Film Exorcist interviews. Again, thank you, and we'll see you guys next week. Or at least with our next episode, which will be either our book review or it will be our next review of WandaVision. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And have a great night, guys.